Hi guys, in this video I'm going to tell you how to increase the rate of growth for palm tree seedlings. So the palm tree I've got here is a Phoenix Reclinata. As usual, can't pronounce the names unfortunately. It's a Phoenix Reclinata times Reclinata. So it's actually a hybrid seedling. It's not commonly available as far as I'm aware. It was given to me or pretty much given to me by a Greek palm friend of mine. It was very much appreciated. And it's one of my more interesting palms, so that's why I'm focusing on this plant to try and increase the rate of growth. However, this also does apply to any other palm tree seedling, any other Phoenix palm, Washingtonia, anything really. So growth rate is determined by four main factors. The first one is light, the second one is heat, the third one is water, and the fourth one is nutrients. Optimum growth is achieved by balancing and maximizing the four requirements. Focusing on balancing them though, there's no good increasing the heat but not the light or not the water, and it's no good just adding loads more water. It's not going to increase the rate of growth without heat, light and nutrients as well. Now in this case we're talking about seedlings, and seedlings don't really require a lot of additional nutrients. That's already taken care of. The seed itself has enough nutrients for approximately a year's growth or so. So really for seedlings we're talking about light, heat and water. And water is an obvious, you can water the adequate amount very easily. So really it's heat and light that we're talking about here. Important to say though that the rate of growth is only going to be as good as the weakest of those four components. So it is important to maximize them but keep a balanced approach. So how do I increase and maximize the growth rate? Well, the secret is in this cupboard. I'm trying to get as far away as I can from it. I'm in the downstairs loo, and inside this cupboard is our boiler. Now this was installed a year or two ago. It's a modern, efficient combi boiler, and that means it doesn't really give off a lot of heat. It doesn't lose heat through the boiler itself. But there are hot water pipes in here, and this contraption here is basically a magnet. The hot water from the radiators go through there. There's a magnet inside, and in case there's any metal filings, it takes them out of the water so that it doesn't damage the boiler itself. Now this does get very hot. You can feel it now. Obviously it only gets hot when hot water is passing through it, so i.e. when the boiler's on, but it does get very hot. So I simply place my seedling of choice on top of there, and that gives off plenty of heat to warm the soil inside the pot and also the air around it. This boiler this cupboard is normally closed. It's a tight fit, so there's not a lot of air in here, so it does heat up quite nicely just from the hot water passing through this magnet filter. So I've been using this method since this seedling germinated in December of last year, so it's 10 or 11 months old. Growth rate has been quite quick. Obviously this runs when the radiators are switched on effectively through the central heating system, so we don't have that on in the from mid-spring to early autumn. So this has been in the greenhouse since then, and I think growth has probably continued at a similar pace to what I achieved over winter. So you can almost get 4 seasons of growth through this method. But it's important, as I said before, to balance the, in this case, the heat and the light. So what I do is, when it is dark outside, I place the plants here in the cupboard, and when it's light outside, I put it on a south-facing windowsill. It's a bit of a balancing act, but I found that I can get it just about right. You can judge it. If the palm's starting to change colour at all, if it's going a bit yellow, then it's not getting enough light. It's getting too much heat, not enough light. So the solution then is wait a bit longer in the evening, leave it on the windowsill for longer. I know it's not getting any additional light, but it's not getting as much heat either. So if you place it into the windowsill, into the cupboard a bit later, then you will slow the growth rate down, but it'll be healthy green growth, which is what we want. So that's it. It's quite a simple, easy trick. Obviously there's not a lot of room in the cupboard, so I can only choose one palm, and I've explained why I've chosen this one to try this out on. If you've tried something similar, let me know. Perhaps you haven't got a combi boiler with a magnet thing on it, or maybe you've got a hot water tank in a cupboard. That would be equally good. Or maybe you've got an old-fashioned or an older boiler that does give off more heat, and you can increase growth rate that way. But let me know if you've tried it and you've had success, or you've faced challenges. Let me know. If you're watching this and thinking, crikey, he's actually said something, he's actually come up with a good idea, then let me know as well. Let me know if you're going to try it. That's all for me. If you're interested in enjoying this sort of content, then please do subscribe to my channel. Thank you very much for watching, if indeed you still are.